Hi everybody, it's Linda from Ormond Jane, filming for Gourmand Jane. And this month I want to celebrate our perfume Indus, which is from Route de la Soie collection. I particularly love this perfume. It's got some of my favourite ingredients, which happen to be plums and lychees, and we have this in a number of our perfumes. But this is a lovely perfume to wear spring and summer, and I'm sure any minute now the sun is going to start shining again. Straightforward recipe. This is going to be a lychee infused panna cotta. Very straightforward. We've got cream, milk, sugar, Madagascan vanilla, some gelatine sheets, a tin of Chinese lychees, we've got some lovely plums and some very pretty edible flowers. What I'm going to do first is to drain the lychees and put them in the blender. I'm going to let that sit whilst I boil up the cream and the milk, and the smell of lychee is absolutely lovely. I'm just removing the inside of the vanilla pod, scraping it on the back of my knife, get as much out as possible, and I'm now going to put a couple of sheets of gelatine into cold water for 5 minutes. To make the panna cotta, I'm just going to do the 400 millilitres of double cream, some milk, 150, castor sugar, and then I am going to add in the Madagascan vanilla. So I'm just going to stir this gently, make sure it doesn't go to the boil, we just want it to simmer. And once it starts to simmer, I'm going to take it off the heat, and that's when we'll add the gelatine. So keep stirring until all the gelatine is completely dissolved into the panna cotta. I've allowed the panna cotta to cool for a couple of minutes. I'm going to add my lychee into the saucepan. I'm going to pour the panna cotta straight into the receptacles, and then later on, while that's in the fridge setting, I'm going to prepare my plums for my garnish. So I'm going to put the water and sugar together on the stove to make a syrup, and then while that's on the boil, I'm going to chop up the plums into small pieces, remove the stone, and then eventually I'm going to add the chopped up plums to the syrup. I'll let that boil for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll take it off the stove and let it cool down, and then I'll sieve it. So I'm going to dress the panna cotta now with my poached plums very carefully around the edges, and try and keep it as neat as possible. Might take a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it in the end because it's all about the presentation. And for the final touches, all we're going to do is add one single pretty edible flower, and that is my lovely lychee infused panna cotta with poached plums in celebration of our Indus perfume from Route de la Soie.